Catherine, it is a joy to speak with you. Thank you so much. I love your work, and I really do appreciate the chance to chat with you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you chatting with me.
Oh, it's great. Mafia Mama is so much fun too. It's just such a joyful film.
It was a lot of fun to make it too, I gotta say.
Well, I'm sure it was. What excited you most about bringing this film to life?
I think right now in the climate that we've been, having like pandemic and all that kind of stuff, that just I started really wanting to laugh more, and like so the projects that I've even series and things that I've watched, I want to laugh. And I felt like having a fun experience. It's a serious subject about a woman, who's undervalued and finding herself in the world and finding her voice. It is serious, but it's not in a preachy way. It's really on a fun adventure. And the idea of combining her dream of a rom-com with a mafia movie, I mean, you gotta love it. I mean, I grew up watching The Godfather. I love The Godfather. So, and Mean Streets and all those movies. So just the idea of getting to play in that little world a bit and shoot in Italy and with Toni Colette.
Those are all major wins.
It's all pretty damn good. Yeah.
Can we talk about the shoot in Italy? Because it is, I mean, Italy is gorgeous anytime it's on film, but there's a certain admiration and love of of Italy in this film. And I was wondering, from your perspective, how did you stay true to the culture and its people, and without creating more stereotypes or reinforcing more stereotypes because you're dealing with these sorts of characters.
Well, I'm trained as an architect, so of course on one level, the architecture is absolutely stunning all around Rome. So, every time I could have a chance to, frame it in a beautiful way, an interesting way, show it in a new way, even, sometimes drive by the Vatican. She missed it, in a unique way. I was trying to do that, but we were able to shoot in these 400-year-old villas that are like have so much history in them. The walls are like 2 feet thick. There's frescoes painted 300 years ago. Now that means you can't touch anything. You can't get near them. It's not too easy to light or anything, but it has this, just built-in character and feeling. And of course, we're shooting all in Italy. The whole crew's Italian.
Mm.
All the actors are Italian except for Toni and Sophia Nomvet and a couple other people that are expats that live in Rome. And so you have everybody teaching me things about Italy. Okay, the mob guy, he would wear his watch on the other hand, so it hurts more when he punches the person. Oh, okay, cool, got it. People would get, this is how we would eat the pasta. All these little yummy details about what plants would be out in front of the yard. You just kind of soak it up every day.
Yeah. Well, it feels like there's an authentic affection for the area and for its people, which is so wonderful. I wanted to ask you, about the film's story, because there's a wonderful line in it which says, "It's not about losing yourself; it's about becoming yourself." And I was just wondering if you could talk
Yes.
about the film. Sort of, there's a very empowering tone to Mafia Mama.
Exactly. And I think that was one of the big attractions for me for it, is because it is pretty relatable that we feel like sometimes our voices are not heard. They are silent. Sometimes somebody does almost put us on mute. In the movie, she gets put on mute, So how do you find a way to, you know, find yourself, what you are good at, what you want to do in life, how you want to live, and actualize that. And that's a big challenge for most of us. I mean, we're working on it every day of our lives, but to see a woman going on that journey where she is not really respected, her son doesn't really care, he wants to get the heck out of there, her husband cheats on her, her bosses really don't care. And now there's a great line at some point. She goes, I want to have the meeting at the gelato place, and that's an order. And you're like, wow, she gave an order. That's cool. Just to be able to own that, I think it's important. Everybody's trying to figure that out. Who am I? How can I, claim my life, and still she's very compassionate. Of course, she still wants to do good and still is a mom and still wants to, give drugs to the elder people that can't afford it. So she's trying to do it all within her consciousness of her compassion.
I'm so glad you brought that up because that's one of the more fascinating parts of her character is there's I think there's a moment where somebody says just because you're a mafia boss it doesn't mean you have to be a bad person, and there's a genuine sense of, well, I'm in the mob, I think I should do something good with it. So I guess my question is there a line between being a bad guy and a bad guy or person, a bad person and a bad person?
And that's exactly what we're trying, like kind of teetering around, like how, and she's struggling with that. She's found a lot of joy, like reviving the winery and watering the plants and making delicious wine. And how can she stay in the positive side? So, that's what Bianca is helping her navigate.
Yeah, and it's really funny. It's really fun. Toni Collette does a wonderful job. Speaking of her, I mean, you've worked with her before. What was it about this role that you thought she could really bring to the character?
Well, she's so relatable. I mean, we've seen her lately in a lot of very serious roles, Hereditary, in all kinds of scary, getting thrown down the staircase, and HBO show The Staircase and all that. And she's been very serious, but there's such a light side and such a fun side to her that I really wanted to see that fun side where she can, she's got maybe more facial expressions than any human being can, go through in like 10 seconds on her face. She's expressive, she's relatable, and just the fun of going on this journey with her. I just thought from the comedic standpoint and finding her strength and her sexiness, by the end, she's really feeling it. She's out there laying on the day bed and sexy Italian lingerie.
Yeah, which goes back into that idea of empowering as well. You see her character grow throughout the film, like you said, not just where she gives an order, but just from beginning to end, the strength that comes up within her is great. I know we're running short of time. I'm just wondering, what is it that you hope people take away from the film?
I hope that people, of course, I hope they laugh and have a great experience and laugh in the movie and go see it with other friends. It's kind of fun to see it together. But I do hope it gives them a little bit of like feeling like, yeah, maybe I could enjoy my life a little bit more, explore, make a change at any age, embrace more of what I love and just be a little bit more confident in myself, you know. And maybe people want to go to Italy or eat some pasta or drink some wine.
It has that travel log feel. I'm not gonna lie. As the film ended, I thought that I'd like to see that. Uh,
Definitely. Beautiful country, yeah.
Catherine, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I wish you the best for the film. And it's just it's so much fun.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet. Yeah,
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Have a great day.
you too.
All right.